Scary Watchalong. Scary Watchalong in February. Woo! But scary.
So scary. That looked like land jaws to me. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the PJ Campbell Network, where we're totally off the rails already, and we just started. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. It is February 8th here, and we are doing a Patreon executive producer pick of Misery, picked by the great Brandy Parker. And with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Maxwell, and Tim.
Hello.
Hi. What are we addressing this time?
Let's talk about the chat, because I'm really enthused. Chris Taylor says, Misery is how I felt when I heard Winona Earp got canceled. And then Brandy said, I've never seen Winona Earp. And then Chris said, it's a fun show. It has a Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibe. And then Brandy said, I freaking love Buffy, so I'll have to add it to my list. And then Mike said, I've been told I love Winona Earp, so that might be my next live-action binge. And then PJ, which was me, said, yes, it is a close to spiritual successor to Buffy. Wait until we get on air and I have a show and tell. This is Peacemaker. This is Winona Earp's gun. So to say that Misery is how I felt when it got canceled is an understatement. If you know me, you know that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite television program of all time. If you know me, you also know that I do not put shows that have not completed their run entirely on any sort of best of all or favorite of all time list. But the fact that I am even suggesting that Winona Earp can hold the shoes that Buffy once walked in, and I have this glorious gun right here, is my very long-winded way of saying watch the
goddamn show.
I convinced PJ to watch it, and what did you think, PJ?
Well, remember, I had seen season 1. I needed to catch up on the rest. But yeah, I think it's excellent, and I, like you, also think that it is like a very natural successor to Buffy. I think that
it's also Canadian as fuck.
Yeah, and I think that other thing that I like is because times are different, they can really treat things even with more respect. Like Buffy paved the way, and Winona Earp gets to run with it, and I think it's really special for that reason.
You want to see something really cool? Pick a color, PJ.
Blue.
Pick a color, Tim.
Reefism. You're
purple.
Next.
Ooh. Magic. I'm going to go back to green. Oh, finally. It took long enough to get back in Chris's good graces.
Yeah, there it is.
So look, let's go through some of the shit we have going on, including
announcement time.
Tonight, I am going to go through the entire rest of the Watchalong slate for the month of February. First, tonight, obviously, we are watching Misery, as picked by Brandy Parker. Wednesday night, Suddenly Soundtracks is back, and they are doing The Muppet Movie. Woo! With host Chris Clark, Jen Kemp, Linus Babcock, and Eric Barnes. They will be going through The Muppet Movie song by song and critiquing the soundtrack out of context of the film. Then on Thursday night, Front Center Mezzanine is back. I don't have a thumbnail yet. I'm hoping to have one by the end of the show. We will be joined by Amelia Barr. And here's what I will say about Amelia Barr. You do not know who she is, but you will. I meet a lot of people. She is one of the most talented people I've ever met. I think her voice and talent are incredible. She's done a lot of musical theater in college, a few regional productions, and she spent about a year performing on a cruise ship. And I'm really excited to get her insight as a young talented musical theater performing, trying to make her way, talk to her about her inspirations and stuff. I know it's not the splashiest guest, but I want to give a platform to all sorts of theater people to talk about their life and career. So I hope you will join us on Thursday. Then on Friday, we have a watch along of Big Fish. Tim Burton's magnum opus, as far as I'm concerned, if not his best film, then tied for his best film in my estimation. This is another patron executive producer pick by the wonderful Ricardo Franco, who I know was happy with last night's Super Bowl results. Congratulations, Ricardo Franco. Saturday, WandaVision time, episode 6 airs on Friday. We will be breaking down everything on the PJCN water cooler chat, and I can promise that the regular stable of rabble rousers will be back. PJ and Sean should be here.
I will be here.
If I'm being completely honest, I didn't really miss them. I thought the show was great without them. Then on Sunday, so yesterday's Unwind was going to be about theme parks. Part of me wanted to move that to next week. However, because next week is Valentine's Day, maybe we'll do a special love theme show and talk about our favorite romantic movies. We'll see. And then theme parks could be 2 weeks away. It's all in flux. It's a show about whatever. Now, let's talk about the rest of the watch-alongs for the month, because I am so excited. On Monday is President's Day. You may recall that last month we were supposed to do the American President, and that got canceled. So, being the geniuses that we are, we said, why don't we reschedule the American President for President's Day? So next Monday, we'll be watching the American President, which, by the way, is directed by the same director as the film we're watching tonight, Mr. Rob Reiner.
We all stand Rob Reiner in this house.
We also stand his father. May his memory continue to be a blessing.
Carl Reiner was the best.
Then, the following Friday, we are doing another executive producer patron pick. This is a movie that means a great deal to me.
It is. It's true.
It is a sequel, and we are not watching the first one, but that's okay. It is D2 The Mighty Ducks, is picked by Brandon Buckingham. The Quack Attack is back, Jack!
Nice.
Gordon Bombay and his team of Pee Wee Hockeys go to compete in the World Championships. They have to face off against Iceland and all sorts of other teams. It has one of my favorite speeches in movie history. Little background, Gordon Bombay's head gets a little too big for his shoulders. He has promotional deals. He has a life-size cutout of himself. He takes a barrel and he lights a match, and he goes, "This is a distraction. This is a fire in a barrel. This is a distraction in a fire in a barrel." Amazing cinema. Join us for that. Then the following Monday, we are doing a double feature of 2 films that take place at the Winter Olympics. But not only that, they actually take place at the same exact Winter Olympics.
Which is so wild to me.
Which is so wild. They are both on Disney+. It is a double feature of Eddie the Eagle and Cool Runnings. They are both delightful, crowd-pleasing underdog stories. One stars Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman. One stars John Candy. They are wonderful films. Join us for that. And then our final watch-along of the month is the patron pick. We did a poll. One of them is currently leading, so we just decided the one that's leading now is what we're going to do because, and that is Stardust. So the patrons have picked Stardust with a little help from us. So that gives you a glimpse at the rest of the month. A few final notes. So many good films. And then, as a reminder, March, every film we watch in March will be directed by a woman, which I am super excited for. So many great films. It's actually been quite difficult to choose.
I know that there's at least one that we're doing that you and I were like, this one has to be on the list.
Oh, yeah.
So,
a couple other notes. Book Nook will be the final Tuesday of the month, Tuesday, February 23rd. The book is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Get yourself a copy from your local independent bookstore. Go to bookshop.org, support small businesses, or read the book so you can engage with us in the chat and know what we're talking about. We have a Patreon, which you probably guessed based on how many times I've said patron picks or patron executive producer. Check it out. See if there's a tier that's right for you. You get Discord access, you get bloopers, you get credited in the episodes, you get an exclusive monthly commentary track if you're a $10 and up member. A $25 member gets to pick a Suddenly soundtrack, and our executive producers gets to pick a watch-along. Have we decided what the commentary track is going to be this month?
We haven't, and also I just wanted to point you to this comment here, if you were curious.
I'm saving the Prince of Egypt for when it's actually... Oh, wait. I may put my foot in my mouth. Passover is in March.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe
Also,
we'll add an extra.
we forgot it's Tim's birthday month.
Who forgot? I didn't forget.
But Tim didn't get a pick.
This month?
Yeah.
You can pick and we'll just do it another night.
Okay. See, Tim?
Let's see if we can fit Pee Wee in somewhere. Maybe that'd be cool. We could probably get late to the party on too.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
What else did I have to say? Oh, yeah. We have patrons, and so let's shout all of our wonderful producers and patrons out. Our executive producers are Brandy Parker, Brandon Buckingham, and Ricardo Franco. Our gold producer, Sean Wingblade. Is that not the most badass last name in the world? It's not just Wing, it's not just Blade, it's a Wingblade. And our wonderful producers, Mike K, Stephen White, Kale the Youth Critic, Bedore, Jake Berlin, Anton Putra, Tyler Birch, Patricia Carrillo, Chris Pokernoy, She-Ra Potato, and the illustrious Molly Damon, who, by the way, as far as I'm concerned, is winning the number one contender match.
Because we stand Molly Damon.
Oh. Well, you can't take sides, but
No,
I
I
stand.
can't take sides. Sorry.
And the PJCN Twitter account takes sides because they also tweeted, "We stand Molly Damon."
I mean, it was true, though, right?
Oh, Brandy hates Stardust?
What?
Oh,
I like Stardust a lot.
I do too.
It's wonderful.
Chris just put, it just hit me why Franco is called Hammer tonight.
Yes, but Maxwell hasn't seen it, but he will know soon enough.
That's so
really-
interesting.
I feel really bad that one of our executive producers hates Stardust.
Look.
That's a movie I've come across people that like absolutely hate it too. I think it's really fun, but
Instead of Hammer Time, it should have been Hammer Tim.
that's true. I guess Hammer Tim. Yeah, I can change it.
So yeah, I've never seen this movie before. People are always surprised when I say that, but there's thousands of movies and no human being can possibly have seen all of them. I'm aware of it. I love Stephen King. I like Rob Reiner. I like Kathy Bates and James Caan. It just never happened, but it's going to happen now live.
I'm so excited for you to see it. This, I remember, was one of the first real thrillers that I think I ever saw. My parents were big fans of Rob Reiner, and so they didn't watch a lot of horror movies. I watched a lot of horror movies, but they didn't. And
On a scale of, it's kind of thrilling to, oh shit, that was thrilling.
It's like a solid.
It's got some oh shit moments.
Yeah, it's like a solid 9.5. I would say.
Yeah, there's like an oh shit moment, like for sure.
Yeah, I think this is one of the great thrillers of all time.
I'm going to go ahead and assume, based on context clues, that the oh shit moment involves a hammer.
There's a good chance that is true. But I love this movie. We were talking about it a little bit behind the scenes before we started. The thing that I like about it is the one movie in Rob Reiner's filmography that really stands out because it's not like anything else that he ever did. Like, he never made another movie like this or directed anything like this previously. So there's something really special about that, and I'm just very excited to revisit it and watch Maxwell visit it for the first time. What about you,
The
Tim?
weird thing is I am familiar with the Annie Wilkes character because I watched Castle Rock.
Yes, you did. And she was great in that, too.
I saw this movie
Lizzie-
as oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say Lizzie Kaplan was great, yeah.
She's always great. And I was going to say, I saw this movie as with like all horror movies, I saw this movie at a very young age because I saw pretty much everything at a young age. My dad really liked this movie. He had a love-hate relationship with this movie. He loved most of it, and then he hated the oh shit moment. No. But yeah, I mean, this movie is great. I think outside of probably Shawshank, it might be like the best like actual adaptation of like a Stephen King story into a film. Honestly, like it's not my personal favorite. It's in the top probably 5 for me, but I think this one outside is like right behind Shawshank because I think it's hard to beat Shawshank honestly. So, but yeah, I love this movie. I saw it. I'm wearing my Screamerama shirt from the Loft, which was a couple years ago now, but they did a Stephen King themed one, so they had this cool comic book design, and you can see there's little bubbles for all the films they showed. But front and center is Misery. It was like the main film. They showed it in 35 millimeter, which was great. And yeah, I mean, this movie's great. I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Kathy Bates won an Oscar for it too. I mean,
and I think it's, to your point, I do think this is one of the best Stephen King adaptations because so many of his movies, or so many of the movies based on his books, get very tied up in trying to condense down really dense like all that mythology, and this movie didn't have to do that because Misery is one of his shorter books. So I think that alone was one of the things that helped this movie a lot.
Yeah, it's a very simple story. It doesn't have a whole lot of doesn't have like all the. It's a very real story, more based in reality.
The weird thing about Rob Reiner is he'll be like, yeah, I'm going to direct Misery and Stand By Me and The Princess Bride and A Few Good Men, and then I'm going to show up on New Girl as Jess's dad.
Yep, pretty much.
Or Wolf of Wall Street.
Rob Reiner's everywhere. Or Dickie Roberts, former child star.
Him and his father both had like such like vast and unique and versatile careers.
And they
like,
both
I'm gonna star in Sleepless in Seattle.
They were also both in 2 of the best sitcoms of all time, like groundbreaking. Both of them. One of
All in the Family.
Yep, and the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're all right.
Real quick, I'm going to pitch something for down the road at some point, but we should do a theme month. This came from Rob Reiner, but we should do a theme month of like music, like movies. So we can do This Is Spinal Tap. We can do like Tenacious D. We can do Almost Famous. There we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do that thing you do.
That thing you do. Boom. You're good to go.
I think we got to do it. I think we got to do it. All right. Well, are you guys ready to watch a little bit of Misery?
No.
Let's get this misery business on the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
By the way, that reminds me. Next Wednesday on Sunday Soundtracks, Tim is taking over to host, and we're doing our favorite pop punk songs.
This is true. We sure are. It's going to be fun.
Punk.
It's been a task for all of us, but we got through it.
Yeah, as Brandy said here, if you're watching it on HBO Max, start 5 seconds in, past the little HBO logo. And Puja, I leave the countage to toi.
All right. So if you're first time here, welcome. We're glad to have you. To the repeat offenders, welcome back. We're always glad to see you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 5. As soon as we say go, you're going to hit play. We're all going to watch the movie together. We're going to talk to you guys, commentate the movie, and just have a fun conversation all about Misery. And that'll go down in 5, 4.
Oh, we're starting.
3, 2, 1, and go. Well, now we're starting. I missed the Castle Rock logo, guys. Is that weird? Because I felt like that was like one of my favorite logos to see back in the day when I was younger.
I miss the old school New Line.
Oh, dude, me too.
The
font for this title treatment's already creeping me out.
Yeah.
There was a tweet recently. It was like it was the New Line like opening like thing, and it was like
this aspect ratio is really strange. Just me?
I strike.
It fixed it. It was just my browser.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I couldn't see anything off, and I was very confused.
Like
yeah, I saw a Facebook post like that. Tim, was it saying what comes to mind?
Yeah, and like mine is 100% Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like
mine was Rush Hour.
Mine is actually Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, I mean that's the one I definitely like enjoyed more as a kid, and so that's probably the one that's more prominent for me.
James Caan, man, one of the greats.
He's a great Twitter follow too.
Yes, he is.
Because he just says "end of tweet."
Yeah, every time.
After everything.
Of course, for me, like The Godfather's a huge movie in our family, so that's what I always think of right away. But of course, Elf. I mean, and his son's real talented too. Scott,
The television program Las Vegas.
yep,
Like,
Las Vegas.
Brian's song.
Brian's song, which is one of the great sports films.
He's in. Being that Arnold Schwarzenegger is my favorite actor, he is in Eraser. He is.
Yes, he is.
He's. Oh, I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil the movie if no one's seen it, but he's in Eraser.
Eraser is one of the better ones.
I like Eraser. Eraser's
Oh
fun.
my god.
Still got it.
I think that there's definitely a little bit of also being like, hey, remember The Shining? Snow and hotel type thing in what they did, which makes sense.
That's funny.
Oh, I forgot. Reefism said Rob Reiner appears in Throw Mama from the Train. That's right. I haven't watched that in a bit. I really
I've
like
seen
that
movie
movie.
forever.
Richard Farnsworth.
Yeah, he's the sheriff or whatever.
By the way, did you see that?
So my dream is to be in a movie where it says special appearance by Maxwell Haddon.
Dude, if we ever make movies, that's what I'm going to put you in as every
Lauren
time.
Bacall. Lauren Bacall.
Mark Shaman wrote the score, who would go on to write the musical Hairspray.
Yep. I really like this song. And it's just so kind of perfect for this opening.
Oh.
Yeah, and Barry
Director of
Sonnenfeld.
photography, Barry
Yep.
Sonnenfeld.
Which he also did right around the same time was When Harry Met Sally. Because he had worked with Rob Reiner before. He did the cinematography on that movie as well. And then not long after, he'd get to go on and direct the first Addams Family and the second Addams Family.
Yep.
Sonnenfeld is honestly one of my favorite.
Goldman.
Sonnenfeld does some of my favorite movies. Actually, they just hit right for me. He's always been a director I liked. It's actually a pretty great car crash for a movie like this.
Oh, yeah.
It felt very real, like very jarring. It didn't look over the top in a way that you might expect.
Oh, excuse me.
You had a big day today. Reefism said this. What is your first James Caan and what is your first Kathy Bates? Godfather for me was...
I mean, I probably saw this before I saw Godfather because I'm pretty sure I saw this like around when it released, like 90 or 91, and
Right.
I didn't see the Godfather until like maybe a couple of years after that, probably.
My first Kathy Bates.
Yeah, I think this is probably my first Kathy Bates. I can't think of anything before this.
I'm looking because she's had a big filmography. Probably Dick Tracy for me.
Is she in Dick Tracy?
Mm-hmm. She was Mrs. Green.
Either Dick
And I-
Tracy or Fried Green Tomatoes is
Then I
probably
guess-
my first Kathy Bates.
Yeah, it would be Dick Tracy. I just don't remember in it. I even watched that movie really recently, and I still don't remember.
It's a very small part, but I remember her being in it.
Yeah.
And Kathy Bates won the Oscar for this.
Yes, she did. I think she's absolutely fantastic.
She's
in this
really
movie.
good in it. Yeah. Oh, well, this is Dick
Chris.
Tracy came out the same year, so I guess
Yep.
it's tied.
Chris said James Caan's was maybe Bulletproof. Is that as in like Bulletproof with Adam Sandler, and is that Damon Wayans?
Same Wednesday, I think so.
Yeah.
Damon Wayans is also in Last Action Hero, which I won a quiz recently on Video Drew's channel. Video Chronic quiz for Last Action Hero. It was a lot of fun.
This person says yes, to which I have to say maybe.
Yes.
Oh, Brandy said she saw Godfather for the first time last year. That movie I saw like at a very young age. My family watches it all the time.
I haven't seen The Godfather in at least 6 or 7 years.
I literally just rewatched all three of them.
Yeah, I've watched at least the first two within the last year, probably. I usually watch them once a year. I think the mafia movie I watched the most is probably Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm. Maxwell, did you see this when it was on Broadway also?
No.
No? I thought so.
All I heard was how terrible Bruce Willis was.
Oh, God, I can imagine.
But
I mean,
I'm fairly certain, I don't want to misspeak. Yes, that one of my all-time favorite actresses was Annie Wilkes, and that's Laurie Metcalf.
oh, nice. I can see her
It
being
would have been great.
I can
Yeah.
see her being a good Annie Wilkes for sure.
And she's sort of the queen of Broadway. She's won and been nominated for so many Tony Awards.
Mm-hmm. This was like her very first major leading role too, I believe, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
So to get an Oscar almost out the gate on the leading role like that's a pretty impressive move, in my opinion.
She hasn't won again, but she was just nominated last year.
Mm-hmm. She got that was for the one with Paul Walter Hauser, right? Richard Jewell.
Yeah, Richard Jewell. Which I didn't see, but I heard it was good.
You can almost guarantee that Eastwood's going to put out a pretty easy to watch thriller.
Jesus.
You know?
God.
Yeah.
Boy. Don't pan over these disgusting legs. What are you doing, Rob?
Making you uncomfortable.
All right, it's been fun, guys. Have a good night.
This does not bode well for you, Maxwell. Just kidding.
I'm not Chris Clark. Thank you very much.
I'm actually a little disappointed Chris Clark isn't here for this. He might actually scream. They're both not busy. Well, okay.
I love the rapport between him and his wife throughout the movie too. It's really funny.
Me too. It's always really great.
It's a sweet vest.
What was that, Tim?
I like his vest.
Yeah, I do too. This sticky note is a really nice touch. From time to time, if I have a rubber band, I do what he does. I'll end up like messing around with the rubber band and playing with it. I don't know why, man, but there's something about it.
It's just fidgeting. That's what I do with lots of things.
Reefism. I have the book. I've read it a few times. I think it's a great book.
She's a stalker.
A little bit, right? Jeremy said it's interesting to watch this movie a few days before Valentine's Day. Maybe you're not wrong, Jeremy. Chris, asked Brandy what she thought it was better. I mean, I'm not Brandy, but I love both. I kind of like the movie a little bit more just because I get the performances out of it, just because I think the performances are so fantastic, specifically Kathy Bates. But, I mean, they're both fantastic. Plus, Rob Reiner can direct the hell out of a movie. Making you feel all oogie. Her performance is so good because you really believe at first she's a little crazy maybe, but like she seems kind of normal. She hasn't gone totally off the rails. You could trust her. All famous and all. Yeah, Brandy, I agree. I think that she would definitely make a fantastic Halloween costume.
It'd be a fun like deep cut for people to like see
Yeah.
if they know who it is.
Try to do it as a couple's costume and then put one person to bed with the that you roll around with you. Have the legs all bandaged up for the night.
I do love soup.
Yeah, I agree, Jeremy. He said Kathy Bates is up there with Jack Nicholson in terms of Stephen King's acting performances. In the Stephen King acting performances, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, oh, why am I blanking on his name? Who was Pennywise in the movie?
Sarsgaard?
Yeah, and also
Skarsgård?
Tim Curry. I think both of them are great for different
Yeah.
reasons.
She got a nomination for Richard Jewell, Jeremy.
Yeah,
She just didn't win.
yeah. I think that she thought that Sandler was. Oh my god. Now she's starting to snap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really wanted Sandler to get nominated for Uncut Gems, but he did not.
She's crazy.
Can you ever forgive me? Like it was a big deal. You spilled soup. It's okay.
Intentional soup.
When I see tomato soup spilled on like fabric or clothing, I just think of the episode of The Office where Andy's in the office and he spills the soup on him, and then he
Oh yeah.
eats it off his shirt.
Mike said that Annie Wilkes is film Twitter, and I'm having a hard time disagreeing with that take. There really is something about the self-isolation of these movies that really heightens the tension.
What's that lady? She was in something and she's really funny in it. I feel like she's in. There's something else. Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Wait.
Yeah, their whole thing is really funny.
Their whole dynamic is amazing. But yeah, I think you're right. I remember her in something else.
Hold on, I got it pulled up. Oh yeah, well let's see here. Oh. Oh duh, she's in The Mist. She's
Oh yeah.
the lady, the teacher.
Yep. Let's see.
Fuck.
You all right there, my friend? Oh, she was in Outland also. I forgot about that. I've always liked. And she's in Raising Cain. Yeah, and she did a stint on Cheers for a bit. Yeah, she was in all sorts of stuff. So that's why I definitely recognize her, because she's been in so many things.
So close. So close yet so far.
PJ, you're gonna want to check the private chat real quick.
I'll go ahead and take a look.
It's pretty sweet.
God
It's
damn
only
it.
35 of them just went on sale.
Yeah, I know. Damn it. I've never been snowshoeing before, Brandy. I would go. It's like if George Lucas met a crazy Star Wars fan and he wasn't aware of it. Oh, that's amazing. Rehism says Kathy Bates initially threw the Waterboy script away because she wasn't familiar with Sandler. Incredible.
Oh, poo.
The amount of dread that he can so easily build is so interesting to me. And it's just so subtle. Hello, Mr. Pig.
Piggy Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
Crispy bacon.
Crisp pea.
Oh my gosh. She is, something alright.
Personally, I like The Last Judgment more than The Sistine Chapel, but it's just me.
That's a fair critique, I think.
I mean, sorry, Sistine Chapel ceiling, because The Last Judgment is also in the Sistine Chapel, but it's behind the altar.
Right. Oh my gosh. Everything about you is so uncomfortable.
Chris Taylor's comment.
This is weird, but every time I see Franco's open door, I'm waiting for a slasher to come running up the hallway. I mean,
Just maybe.
you never know. We could have that arranged. Maybe Time Franco will show up.
But I have an alarm in my house, and my alarm is set. So if anyone comes through any doors, I would know about it, or windows, unless it's my bathroom window. So just so everyone knows, that's the only window in my house that doesn't have a sensor. So if anyone wants to break into my house, there you go.
Oh God. Oh God.
Unhinged, huh? A little?
Uh-huh. It's so creepy. There's so much in all of that that is so many
Mhm.
fandoms all rolled into one. Rachel Drummer in the chat just put OMG and a bunch of dots. Yep. Yeah, Brandy, for real. Imagine being unable to get up and leave and stuck in that place with her. It's a scary thought, to be honest with you. Like, she is very clearly not well, and Paul needs to get the hell out of there. That's for damn sure. Oh, God. Oh.
Mm.
Oh, it's so intense. It makes me so uncomfortable. Right, Jeremy. That's what I'm saying. This isn't any different from how toxic fandoms can be, but now it's just people yelling at people on Twitter and not tying them to a bed. I mean, yeah, she really hit his film Twitter in this situation. To Mike K's point, because this is what they do, man. The weird sense of entitlement and the weird need to always be right and have ownership of characters and stuff. She's just so scary.
Especially how she like switches from being like so menacing and scary to like
Oh
nice.
yeah. It's like none of what happened the night before even happened with her, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Which, again, is why her performance is so excellent. She absolutely 100% deserved that Academy Award.
Oh yeah.
A little muddy. There's a little bit of that religious zealot side to stuff, isn't there, in this?
Yeah. Just a hint. It's not full blown the myth status.
No.
Marcia Gay Harden, she's great in that.
She's scary good in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the days when you didn't have things saved on a flash drive in
Yep.
digital form.
You shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh, she's so...
He knows everything.
She's really out here being like, God told me to burn your book. And now she's... I...
Burn it? Yes, burn it. This is Mike K's first time too. Nice.
Yeah, Mike Hayes also never seen this before, Maxwell.
I saw that on his Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
That shot of through the flames on his face is just so brilliant and so good.
He's just like defeated.
I know. I wouldn't blame him for that even a little bit. I mean, some crazy person makes you burn your one copy of the book that you're supposed to turn in. Are you kidding me?
Get to the chopper. It's funny, like throughout the movie, how close like the sheriff is to like figuring it out.
There's a real cat and mouse element to this for sure.
Yeah.
Getting wise to the pills, aren't you, boy? Brandy said, "Poor guy is so sad." I mean, I'd be sad too if I was tied down to a bed and had to burn my book that I wasn't supposed to burn.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah. I'd like to shout out that the Cheeto mascot Cheddar has like not changed since then.
Who?
He was
Or what's his name? Chester.
Chester.
Thank you.
He was created in part by Winston A. Marshall's mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told that story. She works in like advertising, and she helped like design and come up with
That's
Chester
awesome.
the
I
cheetah.
didn't know that.
Yep.
Shout out to Mama Winston. Trying to be clever, man. I don't blame him.
Stash those pills.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, what's up, Matt? Good to see you, man.
I think I finally nailed down Annie Wilkes' style. It's LDS grunge.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Or maybe LDS lumberjack grunge. You can go maybe too. I don't know. No offense, Tony. Like, LDS.
She's literally out here being like, you need to write a masterpiece. He also only has one hand right now. You know what I'm saying? And you're expecting him to write or type.
It's not Dunder Mifflin paper. That's why.
That'll do it, right?
He uses that Dunder Mifflin ultra white cardstock.
She goes so far, like, there's just those little flips. That's why she's so good in this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh God, just everything about that. And again, the subtlety in her performance when it slowly flips the way it does is just so excellent. Oh, Matt said, I'm doing good. I got some work done and wondering how everyone else is doing. We're doing well, Matt. You know, hanging out. It's a good Monday out here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a pretty good place.
Doing all right. Start of a new week.
Yeah. One of the things I like about this movie too is as a contained thriller, it does a really great job of creating the tension and like just there's almost a ticking time bomb. It feels like to him trying to get out of here. You know.
Was this movie on Brandy's list of films in one location? Because I mean, there's stuff that goes on in other locations, but it basically feels like a one location movie
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
That moment that you hear the click and the score kind of swells. So good, man.
Hmm.
This is like beyond creepy. Everything about it. Ugh.
No worky, Paul. Was that a picture of Liberace? It looked like Liberace.
Brandy said it did make the list, Tim.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I did look at the list. I just couldn't remember.
Die Hard better have been on that list. Because that's a one location movie.
The Penguin. Mm. Yeah, see, that is Liberace, isn't it?
Pretty sure you're right, yeah.
Holy Liberace. Guess that's her other big fandom.
Mm-hmm. No one suggested to put Die Hard on the one. Interesting, Brandy. Because that is definitely a contained thriller. Oh, great. Thanks, Brandon. He said I watched this movie earlier today because I couldn't wait for you. Hope you understand. That's just great, Brandon. Be nice if you actually wanted to come around some of these days, but you know.
Brandon has been put in a 5-minute timeout. Think about what he did.
Mm. The music here is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this score is excellent. Brandy, this isn't horror, is it, Chris? My list was suspense horror movies. I mean, Oh, okay. It was a suspense horror film. One movie.
That's true.
Place.
I think it
Got
was,
it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Evil Dead, then. Evil Dead 1 and 2 should have definitely been on there. Ready or not? You're next.
My suggestion was Scare Me, which was on the list. It's like, I gotta move my ass.
Yeah, again, the score is so great here, and it really builds the tension even more. Because you're really pulling for him to get back there, get away from this crazy bitch. Brandy, I don't think I did respond to that one, so that's probably why it wasn't suggested. But Evil Dead 1 and 2 definitely belong on the list. Ready or Not belongs on that list. I have to think about it, but there's quite a few really good contained thrillers and horror films. Insidious. Oh, Hush is a good one too, Chris. Great call. There's something about the look in her eyes at all times that's so interesting because, honestly, like, it almost feels like there's nothing behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so frightening, and you don't see that very often in a performance, just in general. Like, there seems to be no life behind all of it. Like, come on.
Why did I do that?
Why'd you do what?
I saw you made a face, but I don't know what you did.
I just drank this whole glass of wine in like a chug.
Oh,
Why?
Oh, no.
I don't know why I did that. Why? What's wrong with me? PJ.
Yeah. Hi, bud.
Your color is looking a little hectic, my friend.
Well,
You also might want to refresh because you look like a pixelated mess.
Got it.
Unfortunately. Tim looks great. Your skin is actually looking really nice. What's your regimen?
I don't really have much of a regimen. I guess staying inside most of the day.
So I went to the doctor last week to get some blood drawn and test some things.
Yeah.
And I think it's a case for all New Yorkers, but especially with how much I've been inside, my vitamin D levels were dangerously low.
Yeah.
So now I have to take like this mega vitamin D pill once a week. Come on. As if this shit isn't already bad enough. I need vitamins. The car! Oh no, I'm all out. Oh wait.
Oswald can bring you more, right?
Bottle.
Smart.
This is Peter Luger brand wine. I didn't know it existed till tonight.
Brandy. Actually, I just
Peter
thought of
Luger.
one too. That sounds good.
Oh, that
actually.
guy. JT Walsh. Forgot he's in this.
Brandy, there's one that you should check out on your list called Not Safe for Work. Joe Johnston directed it after he did the first Avenger. It was a Blumhouse movie that like no one saw, but it's kind of fun and it's all set in an office building.
Oh, Blumhouse. Do you see that pop vinyl?
Yeah,
That's Jason Blum.
I know.
Jason
That's
Blum.
dope.
See the dance?
I would like to think that there aren't fans out there like this, but then I spend about 12 hours of my day on Twitter.
Yep.
I know that's not the case.
Go away, phone. My phone just started.
What the
going
fuck
off.
was that?
My-
I was like, that's
my
weird.
sister-
That's a weird thing for the movie.
My sister sent me a TikTok and I opened it on accident.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, what's going on, Ben? Good to see you, man.
That's a lot of pills. See, I think he's gonna try and poison her, but if I was him, I would just snort it all. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
The shame is like this setup is perfect for a play. It makes so much sense to be a play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
And
you
I-
could do it again. And
I
do
really
it.
feel like it was just miscasting the James Caan role. Like, imagine if it was Laurie Metcalf and Tracy Letts,
Sure.
who have worked together before on Broadway and were spectacular.
You know who else would be good in this now? Tom Hiddleston.
This
Be
also
very
gives
different
me
one.
Secret Window vibes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also Stephen
But-
King.
I was gonna say Stephen King loves to write his main characters as writers.
Because even it has, one of the adults.
Listen, bitch. Ooh, I like this. I saw my sister earlier today. She's been vaccinated. We stayed pretty separate. It was nice. She's been watching The Blacklist, and we both agree that although in his current state, James Spader is not necessarily the most physically attractive person, but he is still one of the sexiest people alive because of his voice and his
Yeah.
charisma and his aura.
He's still
Uh-oh.
so excellent in Age of Ultron.
Uh-oh. PJ?
Well. Again. Dun dun dun.
I feel like James Spader though would actually scare the Annie character more just by talking about simple things.
It's probably true.
Oh my god. Take a fucking Xanax, honey, and relax.
Get out of the cock-a-doodle car.
John Lithgow was really good in the Pet Sematary remake.
Mm-hmm.
I like that movie.
I did too. It was good.
I like how they
Twisted it up a little bit.
twisted it up, yeah.
Yep.
Sort of justified it being done.
And I like the original a lot too. But
Yeah, me too. I think they work well. I mean,
I thought it was a very good
imagining, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, yeah.
Yeah.
I always like Jason Clarke. I think he's great in everything.
Yeah.
He should have been Oscar nominated for Zero Dark 30, I thought.
I just love that line. Get out of the
I feel like
cocky duty
she's Dwight
car.
Schrute's mother.
I think that fits.
Yeah. I don't want to look at Craig Ferguson.
Didn't go so well for Mose. Same story, different outcome. That's true. Brandy brings up a good point.
It's pretty good. Isn't it on?
It was streaming because that's where I watched it. I feel like it was on
That was on
Amazon.
Prime.
Or Prime. Yeah, I think it was on Prime at some
I
point.
think it still is on Prime and Hulu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's good.
Yeah.
Just like I thought the Child's Play one was fine too. Like it's
Yeah.
it's less familiar or less like the original movie, but
Yeah.
I thought it was still fun and fine.
I thought its use of technology was pretty clever, and Mark Hamill did a nice job. Plus,
Yeah.
I'll watch Aubrey Plaza in anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the Liberace explanation. Totally forgot she brings it up later. Totally forgot about that.
I'm a little confused. So he's writing a book about Misery's return.
Right.
But didn't Misery only die in the manuscript that no one else has read?
I feel like that's
Or
what now I'm kind of confused about it because she went to the store and bought a book though too. 'Cause she said she bought the all the copies or whatever.
Right.
So I wasn't sure if and earlier when he talks about the manuscript, she says, "What is it about?" And he says, "I don't know. I've written Misery my whole life. I don't even know what anything is." So
So maybe she had just
the
read the Misery
which is
dying
kind of the
book.
implication that
Is there
that
a
the
reason I'm
manuscript-
dropped out every single time I come back?
So
I didn't
feel
want to
like-
look at Craig Ferguson.
I feel like the manuscript is a new book, and she bought the latest Misery book, and she wants him to now write a new Misery book to make up
Got
for the
it.
fact that he killed her.
Got it. Okay.
That's my understanding.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I thought I had missed something. These characters are fucking delightful.
Yeah, they're incredible.
You see,
Yeah,
it's just
they're-
that kind of sarcasm that gives our marriage real spice.
And she's so Randy, and he's just like, I don't know.
They kind of feel like Coen Brothers characters.
But that would be a disaster because Knives Out is fucking great, Mike. Then again, so is The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Eat my shorts, Last Jedi haters. Look at that awful dress she's wearing.
Tim, what did you
looks
call it earlier?
looks like she's a fucking pilgrim.
Well, now she's more like I heard her style earlier though was like LDS grunge because she's got like that LDS frock like style, but then she had like the
Now it's like
flannel
she's starring in a shitty regional production of The Crucible.
on. Yeah.
yeah, 100% actually.
Oh. Got it. Yeah, thank you very much. Gefeisman23. G Fiat.
Yeah.
Gefeisman. I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah. And so she had bought in the new book and read it, and then she got all pissed off.
Yeah, because at one point, remember, he says it would have been so long since he hadn't written.
Yeah, because
Misery.
he said he's written Misery for so long he doesn't know what else there is, but
It's so like that little shrine to him is such a weird thing.
Mhm.
To Misery and Annie Wilkes. Well, there goes the poison.
Yep.
In his face, he's just like, God damn it.
Ain't just the toast you ruined, honey. It is a whole bunch of Misery books, but to be fair, on the bottom part of this shelf right here, I have every book Rick Riordan has ever published. So,
Yeah.
but also if I met him, I would be like, I like your work. Have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, like I've got all the Jim Butcher Dresden books, and there's 20
I have all of the
those.
Dark Tower books right here. If I met Stephen King, I'd be like your books. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thanks for what you do.
Yeah.
Hey, look! It literally said in subtitles Liberace playing, Tim.
Well, no. So while you're
You
away,
missed it.
she
Oh.
explains, and I totally forgot about. She explains how she like loves Liberace,
That's
and
what
she's
it
like,
was.
he's my favorite. So yeah, I totally forgot about that whole part in the movie.
Gotta love that shot of her reading while petting a pig.
And I love that the sheriff is just like reading along, learning about it all.
Yeah.
Good old Buster.
The piece of music they chose for this specifically is so great.
Mm-hmm. Working on his arm strength.
Yep. Mike said, I wonder if this movie inspired Kaiser to get his own pig. I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
He told the pig story. Wait, he mentioned it on some show recently I was watching. I think it was like a roommate of his, like that got it and then like didn't want it or something. I don't know. Just makes me want to go home and curl up with a good book.
Yeah, right?
Are you not home right now?
I am. I was just doing the Phyllis thing from The Office.
Oh, the rain.
All the rain. And that's
I
the
like
last
Phyllis.
one. That's the last one they wanted to say, but she doesn't say it until in the interview. Normally,
I'm
I'd want to
gonna
go.
remake this movie with Phyllis and Rainn Wilson.
I'd watch that. Rainn Wilson's great.
He is.
You know what movie I really liked him in was The Meg. He was so
I just
ridiculous.
watched that the other day again.
I like to make. I wanted to watch
Yeah.
it, and I saw that it's not streaming anymore on HBO Max, and I was sad.
I can't wait for the second one.
With Ben Wheatley directing it.
Yeah.
Just
So
kind of an
random.
odd choice.
It is interesting. I haven't read this. I there's a bunch of books. I've only read the first one. I haven't read the second.
The guy
Or third
Steve
or fourth.
Alton who wrote him is from the area I grew up, he used to come to our high school every year and talk to us about the books.
Oh,
He would
that's
come
so
to our
cool.
biology classes. Oh, she has a gun.
She's just so crazy.
I have this gun. The fuck?
Dude, she's like totally beyond any human
I might
imaginable.
put bullets in it. He's like, oh my god, get me out of here.
She said it so matter of factly too.
Yeah.
Annie, are you okay? Mike says.
Annie, you
Mike,
okay? You
Mike, I'm gonna
okay?
say that
You
that's
okay,
a hard
Annie?
no.
You've been struck by the death of misery. Death of misery.
What? That's nice. Yeah, they really feel like Coen Brothers characters. Like they feel straight out of something like Fargo, to be honest. And I think that's why I've always liked their entire dynamic.
That's where we learn about her.
Yep.
Memory Lane.
This was such a clever way of doing exposition of her life, though, through this little memory lane book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so fucked. Like every story is next to some sort of obituary and tragedy.
Mm-hmm. That one is super creepy because there's like little babies, like things next to it and stuff, and
Yeah.
weird.
Dragon lady.
Yep.
Of course, calling back, 'cause she mentioned earlier that she was like not great on the witness stand or whatever. Kind of alluded to that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the whole talking to God thing.
He's probably like, well, I'm not a baby, so that's good. I'm just kidding.
I love him playing with the knife that way.
You talking to me?
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like that, doesn't it?
Also, where the hell did she go? I wonder. Middle of the night. Just driving around.
It's a great question, actually. She doesn't seem like the local bar type.
No.
Church.
Confession. Oh, she doesn't. I don't know if she seems like she'd be going to a Catholic church.
No, she doesn't seem Catholic for sure.
Yeah.
She went to go kill some more babies. Murder.
She went to Chili's.
Strangy. Oh, she wants her baby back. Baby back. Baby back.
Mm-hmm. She went to get an awesome blossom.
I kind of love this shot. Sitting on him, you can hear the music and just like what that means, you know? I haven't been to Chili's in at least a decade.
I don't even think we have any more Chili's here in Tucson, honestly.
There's one by Barnes & Noble.
Oh, on the east side?
Yeah, because it's literally in the same complex, so I drive past it every time I go to Barnes & Noble to get books.
I don't know if I ever go to I don't really go to Barnes & Noble, but if I ever do, it's usually the one in the Foothills Mall just because that's closer for me. But I do remember there being one over there.
There are no Chili's in New York. There's one in Staten Island.
Wasn't there one in Times Square at one point?
No, there's a Chevy's.
There's always
Chevy's, yeah.
I love the Chili's too that they have in like airports. They always crack me up.
Chili's to go.
And it's like we're Chili's too.
Yeah, that was always good.
Here we go. Yeah. Using some Moonlight Sonata in the background.
Oh, God.
That's smart.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that. I feel a hammer incoming.
Operation.
Oh, God.
It's not just a hammer. That's a fucking mallet.
Sledge. Good old Sledge, huh?
Oh!
This is one of the worst scenes ever.
That wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
Oh, God.
Hoblin time.
It's Hoblin time.
Yeah, and then Maxwell's like, "It's fine, nothing
I,
happened."
I mean, it wasn't like bloody or gross or anything.
I think it's
I
intense.
think it's worse for people who have actually broken their legs. Like I broke my leg and like felt my like ankle like crunch and stuff. So it's got a particularly nastiness for me because of that. Good old Hoblin.
The score's a little adventurous right here, actually, which I don't think I'd noticed before.
The thing.
That little moment right there, so good. Jen said, "I'm not even watching. I still felt the hit. Maxwell has nerves of steel." I agree. You're a crazy person. Like a straight crazy person. Hi, pumpkin.
Such a kidder. Nothing odd about that.
The score right here reminds me a little bit of Gremlins and Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a very Jerry Goldsmith feel.
Little Dennis the Menace too,
Yeah, a little Dennis the Menace too.
which is also Goldsmith. Wait, is it? It might be Trevor, or that might be Randy Endelman.
I didn't remember Goldsmith doing Dennis, but I mean, I would.
I think it was. I think it was Endelman.
You crazy bitch coming in there being like, people are finding out where you are.
Oh no, it was Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah.
I really want to see Maxwell get the rights to this and do it back on stage. I think he could do it properly.
Hmm.
I'm just so unnerved by everything that she says all the time. She's so creepy. The way she just deflects this whole situation, the way she does, is crazy.
Help me, I'm in the basement.
The
I
build
like
of
that
this is
jacket.
just so great. Yeah, I like the jacket too. I like his hat too.
I didn't say I liked the jacket. I said I would like his jacket. He doesn't have a warrant, but I guess she let him in, so.
Yeah. Yeah, damn straight he didn't. Because he knows you're a crazy bitch. No hot cocoa for him. Oh, man.
Mm.
The way that his chest blows out, man.
Now listen, I don't like it when you curse in that book, but I'm gonna shoot him with the fucking sawed off.
Mm-hmm. God, you friggin' psycho. Yeah, she is not well, Mike, to say the least. He's like Jesus lady in the chat. Yeah. Brandy, what? She is in love. Yeah, there's just a dead look in her eyes, and I can't get over it. Like, it's a next level performance from her, just in general. She just, I can you name as many very many performances where it just feels completely detached from reality?
The Joker. Just kidding.
Christian Bale in American Psycho.
Yeah, yeah, he's got that same dead eye look there too.
Tom Noonan in
Mm-hmm.
Last Action Hero.
As Ripper.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Ripper. Ripper, what brings you here? Thought I might kill someone.
I do love Tom Noonan.
Tony was great. He's one of the only parts I like about RoboCop.
I'm getting
2.
a little concerned, you guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little concerned too.
Tom Perignon.
Jesus Christ.
She's just so not well. It sounded like Batman right there for a second.
Yeah.
A little bit of the Batman 89 Batman Returns music. That look, like it was like a moth to the firefly when she said it that way.
Burn it? Yes, burn it.
How are you gonna light it? Oh, there's a match. I learned it from watching you.
Yeah.
She seems like a Windthorn gal.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, language.
Yeah, language there, huh?
Oh. Ow. In the shoulder.
Uh,
Oh.
it got you, didn't it?
Seems a little unlikely. What's
Hey,
up, Buck?
what's up, Buck? Good to see you, dude. This score is so great, man.
It's like Marv in
Oh.
Home Alone.
Oh God, man, everything about that. It's quite a time jump. 18 months later to jump ahead to it.
Isn't he a book publisher in Elf? Maybe it's the same character.
Yeah, children
Yeah.
books, yeah.
Hearing that ever again would just be so terrible. So there it is. That was a Patreon pick by Brandy Parker of Misery. I'm going to start with Tim. What are your thoughts on the film, my friend?
Yeah, I mean it's a classic. I love it. Kathy Bates. I mean, yeah, really coming on the scene strong in this. Being her like first like real big leading role, and the character of Annie Wilkes I think is up there with like greatest villains of all time. But like when you think of like specific like female or women villains, you put her up there with like Nurse Ratched as like scary, terrifying
Yep.
people. And so yeah, I mean it's great. It holds up. Very simple, but great. And I love, like I said, yeah, throughout the movie, I love Lester and his wife Victoria. Throughout the movie are like one of my favorite characters. Two of my favorite characters. They're just great. So yeah, great movie.
It's just so good, man. All right, moving over to Maxwell, who this was your first time watch, sir. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was a little underwhelming for me, if I'm being honest. Kathy Bates is great, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It just felt. I can't necessarily articulate how I felt about it. I don't know. It felt like something was missing to me.
Interesting.
Whether it was a little more time with Paul before the accident and his kidnapping or something. I don't know. I just didn't care so much about him, so I didn't care what was happening to him. Certainly, it's very prescient in its depiction of fan toxicity. And it's very Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I thought, it's not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. Also, everyone kept talking about how good the score was, and I thought the score was a little overwrought for what it was complimenting on screen.
Interesting.
Which I think made certain scenes cheesy that would have been more effective with a more subdued or even no score.
Fair enough.
But great lead performance. That's undeniable.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm glad to have finally seen it.
yeah, her performance is excellent, and I think that similarly, I think that James Caan is really great in it too. I mean, it's hard to put yourself in a situation where you can't really move around or anything for the performance. I think he does a pretty good job in, being stuck to a bed, being stuck to a wheelchair, being confined, really only being able to use one arm at any time. It's a really thrilling performance for that reason. So, I'm glad that you saw it. I mean, it didn't knock your socks off, and that's okay. Not every movie's going to. That's just how it is. But I'm glad that you watched it, and I'm glad that you got to at least enjoy the performances. So what do we got going on here again, my friend?
Well, what did you think?
Me? I love it. I mean, it just works for me. There's just something about it that, again, I think, to your point, like this idea of the toxic fandom and stuff that has really become a real thing. This movie really echoes it in a lot of ways. Like, it knew what it was doing. It knew what it was talking about. And I think Reiner does, like, his direction is so good. I think that there's something almost sterile about the direction at times where you're a fly on the wall in the situation. Like, a lot of those overhead shots are really, really great because you kind of feel like you're stuck in this twisted room and you aren't really getting out. And I think that that's really, really smart. And then everything outside of it is kind of when you have more fluid filmmaking. The camera's moving around more. It's not as static. Like, it feels lively. And I think that's when the score is kind of at its best as well, as in some of those moments. Like that whole sequence where the cop discovers, starts putting everything together and he figures out that Annie probably has him. And so it's kind of adventurous and it's kind of fun. And it really, at least for me, it starts to take off, and I really like it for that reason. It's a good movie to me, and I think it's a really one of the finer Stephen King adaptations because I think it's a simpler simpler premise that really lets them play in the world in the way that they do without having to worry about a lot of excess stuff. Like, it's not a big book, and that's the thing with a lot of Kings is that a lot of them are so huge and so dense in mythology and the tales that they're telling that sometimes they get bogged down trying to either par it down or keeping up with it. And this has always stood out to me as one of the best movies just because it doesn't have to do that in particular. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is yes.
I've got a lot of thoughts about that. Brandy said one day Maxwell is going to love one of my Patreon picks. One day.
I haven't disliked any of them.
I mean, look, nothing has been Rugrats Go Wild.
No. Or the fucking worst thing we ever did a watch along of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Never again. One and done. All right, what do we got going on before we get out of here?
Suddenly Soundtracks on Wednesday is doing the Muppet movie with Eric Barnes, Jen Kemp, and Linus Badcock. Of course, host Chris Clark. Thursday night, we got a front center mess. Still no thumbnail. Sorry for that, but our guest is Amelia Barr. She's wonderful. You don't know her name yet, but you will. Join us for that. Friday, we're doing a watch-along of Les Grands Poissons, Big Fish, which is another executive producer pick from the great Ricardo Franco. Saturday, we got the WandaVision PJCN water cooler chat. And then, of course, Sunday night, we got the Unwind. Be sure to join us for any of all of that. Check out our Patreon if you haven't. Another huge thanks to all of our patron producers. You know who you are. We could not do this without you. Tim, where can everyone find you on the internets?
Find me here on the PJCN, and you can find me on Twitter at tfranco84. Yes, they mean something.
Paja?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, PJ_Campbell. You can find me frantically writing for the movie trivia Schmodown. The season is just around the corner, and I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. So be nice to the writers. We're only human. And just find me here, watching movies with very fine folks that I love very much.
You could find me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Cinemaxwell, Instagram at CinemaxLink. You can find me most nights on the PJ Campbell Network. Tomorrow night at 12:15 Eastern, 9:15 Pacific, you can find me on the Rewind with Rachel Lindsay and myself talking about the new episode of Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. That is the last episode before the mid-season break, and you can also find me inching closer and closer to the bottom of this bottle. On behalf of all of us here at the Pajukin, thank you for being a part of the family. Thank you for watching with us, and we will see you next time. Be safe. Wear a mask.
Fucking mask.
Kathy Bates is gonna kill you. Kathy Bates is gonna kill you. Kathy Bates is gonna kill you. And we are done with the show. Have a good night.